Hey y'all, it's Kim from Chim and Cad. I'm here to give a review of Sunset Boulevard. Cheers. This review, I have a Cabernet Sauvignon because I thought it matched the boldness and of course the blood red color that you get from Sunset Boulevard. This was one of my favorite shows of the year. Later, I'll be posting my review of all the shows I saw. I saw about 45 shows this year, and so look for that in a little bit and see where this sort of makes the list. So I was really excited to see a Jamie Lloyd production. I knew about his minimalist direction when it comes to the set, when it comes to putting the actors, up front and center. And so I was curious how this would come out. This was my first staged production of Sunset Boulevard, so it was sort of a just-in-time revival, and here's what I thought. All in all, I really thought this was a great production. I liked it from the get-go. The people I was with thought the second act was much better. One was slightly disappointed after the first act, but for me, I really liked, again, the minimalist nature of it, the costumes that were very bare bones, virtually no set and very few props on stage, but everything was done dramatically with the lighting, the camera footage that happens on stage, and then of course the now famously Act 2 beginning where the actor actually walks through Schubert Alley and different parts of the street was phenomenal. So this is about an actress who's getting older, although not that old, to be honest. I think what's great about this is it's a movie actress, but it's being portrayed on stage as a live performance. And so I totally get Jamie Lloyd's vision of how he did this with the camera work, with the close-up work, with the black and white, because I think that's how you would capture this in, again, a staged performance as opposed to a movie where you can have cuts, where you can have close-ups. And she very famously at the end says she's ready for her close-up. And again, you just sometimes lose some of that in a staged performance. So again, I thought this was brilliant to do all of the camera work, all of the black and white work, because it was very intriguing as someone sitting in the seat in a Broadway theater. And then it did feel more interactive. And of course, again, with the way the second act starts with Tom, very much so. And then you're also taken into this idea of breaking the fourth wall, right? The camera's going through the backstage. You see people in their dressing rooms. You see them as they are as actors and actresses. And again, I just think that cuts to this whole idea of what is an actor or an actress, and sort of this portrayal behind the scenes versus on camera. So I thought Diego was nice as an understudy. I think he played the part well. I am curious to see what Tom Francis does with it, having been over in the West End and bringing it here. So I do have tickets for another show already planned. I thought David Thaxton as Max was really terrific. He was menacing at times. He had heart at times. But again, the black and white video, and then the minimal staging where sometimes it's just he and Norma Desmond on set, and you kind of see the dynamics between the two of them, was heartbreaking, but also really dramatic. So I thought he did a wonderful job as well. And again, when you have a show like this where it's very bare minimum, and not a lot of flair and spectacle. So let's talk about Nicole Scherzinger. I thought she played this beautifully. Again, very dramatic at times, very heartbreaking at times, and her singing was amazing. I don't really recall the Pussycat Dolls, to be honest. I know they were a thing, so I can't really comment on her pop work. But had I not even known that was a thing, you could have never told me that she wasn't always a Broadway person. And she's done different things in the West End. She's been in Cats. Obviously, she originated this role of the revival in the West End and won an Olivier Award for it. So we knew she was going to be destined for Broadway, but this does mark her Broadway debut as far as being on a Broadway stage. And I think she is terrific as a performer, as an actress, and as a singer. You may have seen recently Patti LuPone went to go see it, and somebody took footage of her. It wasn't me, I promise.
Support for those who needed it when
she
they
even made a call afterward,
on stage, off
praising
stage.
the show, the direction, and then specifically Nicole. So I definitely think Nicole will be nominated for a Tony, and I think, as I've said in a recent video about Gypsy, I think it's between Audra and Nicole, and it just will kind of come out in the wash what the voters think at the time. They're both so worthy, and again, two very talented women that are reprising roles that have been iconic and classic over the years, which is no small feat. So I'll be watching, and whoever wins, I'll be happy for, because it just adds to the collective idea of seeing live shows with stellar performances, sometimes once in a lifetime performances that really just knock you off your feet. So go see Sunset Boulevard. When Nicole's not on, Mandy Gonzalez from Hamilton, from In the Heights, is in as the alternate. I've heard she's doing a terrific job as well. I'd love to see her also do this role. So again, go see this if you can. And then stay tuned for my end of year review, where I rank all the shows that I saw on Broadway this year and see where this falls against all of the other shows. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and keep seeing live Broadway.